Hi everyone, my name is Ashlyn Johnson and today I'm going to talk about Steve Jobs. So Steve was born in 1955. His mother was a speech therapist and his father was a political science professor. He was actually adopted when he was a newborn, so those parents just gave him up for adoption. And then he didn't find out that information until he was 27 years old about like how his parents lived and what their professions were and where they went to college and all of that stuff. He was adopted by Clara and Paul Jobs. They were both very educated. One was an accountant and one was a Coast Guard veteran. His adopted father was the one that showed him how to like take apart and put back together electronic stuff. So that's who got him started with everything. So a little more background. In elementary school, his teachers wanted him to skip all the way to high school because he was so intelligent. So I think that tells you a lot of why he was so successful in life too. After high school, he went to college, but he only lasted in college for 6 months and then he dropped out. His first job was a video game designer with Atari, and he left several months later. And then he met his co-founder of Apple in high school. They were friends in high school. Is he a good leader? So at 21 is when he started his business, and they started it in the garage of their family's house. They sold all of their personal things like a car and a bunch of other furniture and stuff to get the Apple company started. He was an unconventional leader, so he was very different in his leading style. He made sure to keep all of his employees in the loop though and to carry them along his journey. He was a very well-respected businessman. So he was an autocratic leader. All of his employees and co-founders and co-partners said that he was very high maintenance and he liked everything exactly the way that he liked it and he didn't want it any different. I think that's a good way to lead, but then it can be a bad way to lead just because, you know, as a leader, you have to be able to be flexible and, you know, tell people that this is why I like this thing, this is why I like it another way. And I think that obviously he was a very successful leader just because he had such a large company. So his leadership qualities were confidence. He had a lot of confidence in things that he would design and ideas that he would come up with. He was adaptable to the different things that he thought that the people needed and the ways that he would design different products for different people. He would also act in a sense of urgency. He knew that things needed to get done and that if he wanted to stay afloat in the business of technology, that he needed to stay at the top. He had a vision always. From the very beginning, he had a vision and he knew what he needed to do to make that vision happen, and he made sure everyone that was under him knew what his vision was as well. So his accomplishments. He built this company from the ground up. He managed to make the company's value increase from $5 billion to $351 billion, which is a very big accomplishment in my eyes. Apple is obviously very successful and it keeps growing, so he did a very good job in building this company from the ground up. So why I chose Steve Jobs. I've always been a big Apple fan, very big Apple advocate. I have over 6 products that are Apple and I will continue to buy them. I've had 2 different devices of mine completely break. They don't know why. And Apple was always very, very willing to help me and to tell me, you know, exactly what was going on and to help fix it and to even replace some of my products. And these are my references. I hope everyone enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.